My question for you is design a washing machine for Google.
A washing machine for Google?
Yep.
So it's the washing machine that we wash our clothes?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so I will suppose I will be the product manager for Google.
You're just the head of product taking care of this program. You want to design a washing machine specifically for Google internal use.
Okay, for Google internal use, okay. And that will be a brand new like washing machine, like just the well that's for like for the employee to use it, or like how we define the internal use.
You tell me. As far as I know, let's assume that Google doesn't really have a washing machine business for outside. So if you want to design a washing machine, I think internal will be a good start. But you tell me, what are the use cases that you want to target?
Okay, got you. And also I can also explore who is the target user, and do we have any specific business goal that's like any reason that we want the washing machine?
You tell me, what's your hypothesis?
Okay, okay, that sounds cool. Um, yeah, and I will suppose we will target on the US market. And also like we don't have any timeline or cost restriction.
Yep.
Okay. And I think I'm gonna to tackle this problem. At the beginning, I will consider some of the maybe like what is the reason that we build this product and how that help Google. And after that, I will consider some of the target user, and what is the user journey and user pain point. Um, and at the last, I will consider like what is the key features that we need to build for the washing machine. Yeah.
That's good.
And I will need some second to think about it.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah. So I will begin with to talk about the like why we're gonna like build the washing machine for Google. So as you mentioned a little bit before, like maybe we can consider some internal use, but also like we can consider to design a washing machine and we can sell outside. I feel the overall the reason why we want washing machine for Google, like maybe for the internal, uh, like we build a machine for the employee. Maybe like we can consider like for two sides. Like one part is like the employee, like in the company, if we have some washing machine, so that employee like in their not free time, but like if there's some dirty on their clothes, they can use the washing machine to wash it, and maybe like they can save some time like in the company, just do a little bit laundry. um and for other thing, like maybe they can also like we can sell or give employee a washing machine at their home, so that like maybe we can design some special feature like really AI or IoT feature, so that it will also help the employee to save their time. um yeah, and since it's a pretty, we can design a really like moonshot idea. So basically, maybe we can begin from from our employee, and after that, if after we test it's a good idea, then we can sell the washing machine to outside of the company to see like maybe like in California, in Silicon Valley, like the nearby companies employee will they interested in, and then we can reach out to a bigger market. And also I think overall Google will have lots of strengths to we can leverage on, like we have a really good like technology strengths, and we can, yeah, I feel overall maybe it's a good idea to do it. And for the overall product goal, since it's a really beginning, so I will focus on the adoption.
Okay.
Will that make sense to you?
Um,
Any question?
Not really. If you want to focus on adoption, I also want to know your go-to-market strategy. Just remember to mention that in your answer.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I will mention it at the end of our like interview, after I consider like what can be the MVP. Yeah. And then I will move to the target audience and need a little bit second to think about it. For the target user, I will consider to separate them in, like I will focus on three group. The first one will be family. The second one will be single person. And the third one will be maybe couple. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the reason, like for family, yeah, and I think overall for me to prioritize, I will consider to prioritize family. So basically, as a family, you will, like most of family will have children, and maybe one children or two children, especially in America, like normally like it will be more than one child. So I feel as a adult and as a child, maybe they will have, a different preference for maybe like for more needs for the the clothes washing assignment, and compared to single and also couple. So I feel family will definitely have more frequency of use, and also it will be underserved the market, and especially I think when we take to the Google circumstance, like for Google's employee, as you mentioned before, like as we talked a little bit before, like maybe Google love to hire lots of like older people. So most of them maybe like have more children, like already have a family. So I feel maybe like yeah, for overall I will prioritize the family. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and then I will move to consider to the family user journey and consider some of the user pain point for the family. Yeah. Oh, and one more thing, I wanna redefine a little bit for the overall mission for the washing machine. targeting on the family. So basically, I will think about like this washing machine will especially want to help family to save their time to do the laundry and also help to take care of their children's stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
If you're saying that this is your goal for family, what is the difference between your goal for single people and couple?
Um, I think for single people, most of time maybe like for personal perspective, um, they will have maybe less frequency of use for the washing machine compared. Oh, sorry. I feel for the couple they will have like less frequency of use to wash their clothes. So basically I think couple maybe they will some of the time they will mix their general clothes together, like maybe t-shirts or jeans and just put together and wash it one time. However, for single, maybe like they will a little bit more like, but that's one will be like two single and one couple, maybe like the couple will have less frequency of use. Yeah.
Okay, so you're telling me that the goals for these three segments are the same. You just want to save their time, but you just want to prioritize based on their frequency of use.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And then I will move to the user journey and the pain point. Yeah. Uh, I just talk a little bit for the general use, like of the washing machine. So basically, we may have some dirty clothes, and some of the time maybe we will wash it immediately, but some of the time maybe we will hold them just in a case and maybe wait for a while. And after that, when we decide to wash the dirty clothes, we will just put the detergent and softener in, and then we will like open the machine and wash it. And after wash for maybe like 1 hour or 2 hours, and then we will like move to the dryer to make our clothes to be dry. And that's why maybe like take 1 hour or 2 hour, and some of the time um may still like a little bit wet. And after that we need to take the clothes out, and also like some of the time maybe have down wrinkles. And I think for this user journey, for the pain points that I can consider, the first one will be, I think I will want to like for the first step, like um for the dirty clothes, I think I will um like I will need to consider like because there are different type of the clothes, and some clothes maybe like t-shirts that you can just do a really easy clean, just put it in the washing machine. However, there are some of the like dries or like really delicate stuff. So maybe like we need to take care of it to the to outside the store. So I hope this washing machine, it can not only like wash the t-shirt, but it can also like have special version to help me wash some of the delicate dresses.
Okay.
Yeah. And for the second part, um, the second pain point I will consider, it will be like when I wash it, it maybe like take 1 hour or 30 minutes. It depends on which mode we choose. Um, I hope maybe when I do the washing, like I don't need to like move it from the washing to the dryer. So I hope like maybe to save my time, um like after the machine wash it, they can also have the driving mode. So it will automatically move to the driving mode, and maybe it will, like select the right one for me, and also like make sure it's already dry. Like some of the time, it will not, like when I get off the clothes, they will not dry. Yeah,
Okay.
that will be the second one. Uh, and for the last one, I will consider um yeah, after I move the clothes out, I think lots of time they will have lots of wrinkles on the clothes. So I think I need a kind of solution to help me to solve these wrinkles.
Okay.
And overall, I think I wanna prioritize the second pain point, which is I wanna like to align with my original goal. Like I wanna save time to use the washing machine for the Google employee. So I wanna choose the second one. And also I feel uh that will be the deepest of the pain.
Hmm. So you think your second one is gonna cost your employees the most time to solve it out?
Yeah, like to move it from the washing to the drying.
Why do you think so? I think from the washer to dryer, I probably just need like half a minute to sort it out. Why do you think it takes time?
So basically I feel like washing and driving will, like washing like 1 hour and driving maybe like other hour. And yeah, maybe Google currently don't have like RTO, but maybe in the future, the overall trend is like the company is calling employee to return to the office. So I feel after the employee return to the office, like you need to spend 2 hours to stay at home for washing and driving, because like in between you need to move it from the washing to the driving. However, if you can solve these pain points, they can just put the clothes in, and then like like they can go to work, and the machine will help them to do all the thing. They don't need to like maybe in between the 1 hour they need to go back. Yeah.
Yeah. And you think that the time that people spend removing the wrinkles on the clothes is not spending too much time compared with like moving to dryer.
Um, I feel the wrinkle will also um spend lots of time. But for the solution side, I feel that one will be a little bit hard for a washing machine to solve the problem. So maybe like that one will be more like if we want to solve this problem by washing machine, it will be more technical side. Like maybe like you can adjust your machine a little bit, and maybe some new technology so that it can help you to have less wrinkles on the clothes. However, yeah, I feel that's what will be a little bit difficult. And normally, like people reduce the wrinkles is by, maybe they will go to the store outside. Maybe they will help you. Like if you have the suit or other shirts. So I feel that one will be yeah, even though it take time, but technologically it will be hard to solve.
Okay.
Yeah. So do you have any further question for here?
No, go ahead.
Okay. And then I want to move to the solution. I will take a little bit time to think about like how to solve the moving parts. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So I will consider um like for this washing machine, I hope it will have maybe like three small like um three parts. So basically one part of it, I think I want it can hold the dirty clothes, so that people can just like put the dirty clothes maybe like every day until they want to wash them together, and most of the time maybe it will be daily use clothes. um and the second part is there will be the second part, and that one will be like for the washing parts, and the machine will use it to wash, and after that there will be driving part, the machine will use it to drive. And for the overall solution is the machine can automatically put the dirty clothes to the washing parts, and after they wash it they can automatically just move to the driving parts. And also, yeah, I think that will be the overall like the looking for this machine. And for that one will be the design. And after that, I think I also need a app on the phone so that I can just decide like how much time like when I want to move the dirty clothes to the washing machine, and when I want to move to the driving parts, and also like what kind of clothes I have, and how long to wash, how long to dry. That will be the second feature that I will considering. Yeah. And however, I definitely will I think I will prioritize the first one because this one will be the overall design of the machine. Like even though we don't have the app, but maybe like we just need to, have one button on the washing machine so that before the employee leave the home, they can just, like click the button and then like everything will move it by themselves. And for the app part, it's just to help the employee, like more easier to control the timing. Yeah. And even though they go to the office, they can still if they forgot to do the laundry, they can still like the machine do it better to them. Yeah.
Okay.
um and do you want to hear about the go-to-market strategy?
Yeah.
um yeah, I think for the overall go-to-market strategy, um like we always need to answer the question. Like the first one is like who is the target audience and where is the target audience. and then how we reach out them. So I feel for our target audience here, as we discussed a little bit before, that one will be for at the beginning it's for Google internal employee, and after like we do a really good test for the Google employee, we can move to the nearby tech company and then like maybe move to the overall US markets.
Okay.
And for to answer where is the target audience, I think there will be several different channel. So basically the first one that I can consider is in person. So basically in Google Office, you can definitely, like make lots of flyers and also like do some tests inside like do just put the washing machine in the Google Office in maybe in some room, and then like you can let the user to test it, and also you can give them some of the discount, or maybe at the beginning you can give them some free to use it. And so that's like if our washing machine do a really good job, we will have a good reputation for the word of mouth. And for the other side, we can also like do it digitally. So basically Google will have, I'm not sure whether Google use Slack or Teams, but basically they will have their working channel, and in the working channel, maybe we can also send some of the advertisement information.
Okay.
Yeah. And after we target on the Google employee, we just can move to the outside, like nearby tech company employee. And that's when I think the channel will more focus on maybe like Reddit or Blind, just some place that the type employee will talk to each other and share some of the information.
Mm-hmm. I have two questions. First, if you want to sell this washing machine to your employees, how much do you want to price it?
Um, Let me think. I think when I decide the price, uh, like the first factor I need to consider it definitely what is the cost for the washing machine. Personally thinking like when we are doing the beginning, especially like that's why it's like Google to a kind of bring benefit to their employee. So I feel when I design the price, I will maybe consider more like for the cost. Like maybe at the beginning it's more like a kind of price nearly equal to the cost or a little bit higher. And I will also think about what is the competitor's price. So what is like the current washing machine's price in the market? Yeah, I will consider these two factors. Yeah.
Okay. Just your hunch, tell me your gut feeling, how much will be the washing machine cost?
Um, like for US supply chain,
Yeah,
or
just tell me a rough number. Like you can also tell me a range, just your gut number.
okay, I think maybe like um $200.
Okay.
$200, yeah.
Have you ever bought a washing machine?
Actually, never.
Can you tell me why you never bought a washing machine?
Why I never buy a washing machine?
Yeah.
Um, because like in US, every time I move to a new apartment, like there already the washing machine inside.
Yeah.
And in China, like my parents buy the washing machine, so actually I never buy it. The reason why I said $200 is because I think the current, even though I never buy it, but I guess the price in US market is about like 3,000 to 5,000 in the market. I'm not sure, but I just guess. And then like I consider like for the cost, like maybe like 10% or 20%. I feel it's not a really high technology. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, for yeah.
Another question from me. When you talk about go-to-market, you basically are thinking about like what are the common channels that the Google employees, you can touch on the Google employees, right? And send a message to them. From what I'm standing here, if you ask me to buy a washing machine from my company, I won't be bought. Like I'm definitely not sold. Okay. So can you tell me what kind of message you want to send to the employee to improve your conversion rate?
Mm, to improve the conversion rate, maybe I need to tie back a little bit. So I think maybe I should define more clear for the whole parts. So basically, I feel like the first part of the target audience, it should be the parents, maybe the family like who just buy a new house, or you know, new family, or just couple, maybe they bought the house together. So like for the digitalized channel, maybe like we can consider some of the channel, you know, for the subjects is like buying a new house, or like something relevant with a new house. And if we target on those kind of channel, we will have higher conversion rate, because like no matter what they, if they want to buy a new house, they maybe need a washing machine. Yeah, and for the slogan, um, if we target on those family, I think the slogan will be the, let me think, give me a little bit second. The slogan will be the best Google washing machine to help you save time and enjoy your time with your children. Like this kind of like, yeah.
Okay. Anything to add?
No, that's all.
What do you think?
I think I don't think I did a good job. So
You know you're gonna fail. Like what I said.
yeah, I know I'm gonna fail. Like actually, I feel I didn't use washing machine a lot. Like I don't know. I only wash the t-shirts and Lululemon, like or the, you know, like the sports. So I feel that one will be like, I don't know. I didn't find the pain, like the right pinpoint or something like also. But I feel the user like for family will make sense. Um and I think I didn't do a good job on the overall goal. Like, and also I feel, yeah. And for the, you know, pain point and the solution, I feel I just try my best, because I really don't know like the pain point for the washing machine. And also like for the pain point I prioritize, um yeah, I think it's more like my personal perspective. And also I think maybe for sure like for the Renko will be a bigger pain point. But I feel it's hard to use the washing machine to solve the Renko parts. So that's the reason that I try to just tie back to the second one. Yeah, and for the second one, I feel like also my solution will be a little bit weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a very clear understanding of your performance. My
Yeah,
feedback.
but I think go-to-market strategy maybe makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the part that I'm confused the most. But let's go back.
Okay.
The good thing about your answer is you have structure. It's digestible. Based on what Johan just said, your like communication, your like speed of communication is digestible. Good. And also you go around with goals, right? Like you always ask me, what is the purpose of designing a washing machine for Google? This is a weird topic. I know this is a weird topic. And you keep asking me why we are designing this. That's a good sign, right? You have critical thinking. You challenge back. That's a green flag. And also, when I pointed you on why didn't you ever buy a washing machine, you told me that you were living in apartments. right? And then you reflect back to your answer saying that, oh, I want to target the members who just bought a house. That is a very good like green flag to me, because I give you a hint, right? And you just follow my hint and dive deeper into, oh, I probably like did something wrong with my previous answer and I want to change it. It's totally fine, right? In a product sense interview, you probably just like, it's fine. Your performance will vary, okay? And maybe today you feel like it, tomorrow you don't feel like it. Today you feel creative, tomorrow you don't feel creative, right? It is like very common to have a bad performance on a product design interview. Like what I said, product sense interview is very not like unpredictable. It is not like execution question. It is more likely you can use a similar framework to deal with all the questions. But product design, it really depends on how you feel that day. Okay, so if you don't feel like it, or like the question is just something that you never thought about, you can just like follow the hint from the interviewer and go with the hint. That is a good sign, right? So that's my good feedback. Constructive feedback first. For questions like this, okay, tip, this question, first glance, is ridiculous, right? Google likes to ask this question. Meta probably will ask this kind of question too. Depends on the interviewer. For this type of ridiculous question, you just go wild. You don't need to think about the reality that much. Is it really true that you cannot identify the wrinkles on clothes? Probably not, right? I know there's a technical strength there, but maybe we can work on it and see whether we can have any innovation on the technology, right? If the interviewer goes wild, you can go wild with him, right? You don't really need to think about, oh, what is the reality? What is the accuracy of my AI algorithm to identify the wrinkles on clothes? You don't really need to think about it, right? Are we really designing a washing machine for Google? Not necessarily. So you need to go creative. When a question is like ridiculous like this, you specifically need to show your creativity. Okay. And on top of it, if you can make sense of this question, that's a huge plus. If you can be creative in your solution and your answer, that's 4 out of 5. Okay. If you can, on top of it, make sense of it, there's a 5 out of 5 or even beyond question, right? So if you're telling yourself, oh, why are we designing a washing machine right now for Google? You brought up a pretty good point, right? We want to start from employees. That's dog food. We're dog fooding employees, right? And in the future, we probably want to sell it outside. That's a pretty good strategy. That's a huge plus. And then why are we designing it, right? The washing machine industry is already very mature. Why are we doing this? If you want to say that, we want to tackle some tasks, okay? Let's just assume this. We want to tackle some tasks that no washing machine company can ever tackle. And we want to save time, maximize time saving for our users. And maybe this could be an entry for Google to enter robotics industry, right? We want to make it as automatic as possible. And we want to handle all the tasks, from identifying the dirty clothes to give you an organized clothes stack, right? You don't need to just focus on like the middle part. Forget about Justin. Okay, that's a bad example. You don't need to just like focus on the middle part, like the process of you throwing clothes on the dirty bag, in the dirty bag, right? To the time that you dry your clothes. You can expand it a little bit, right? Maybe your dirty clothes is all over your place. It's not in a basket. What will you do in that sense, right? Maybe after you drying your clothes, you want to organize your clothes, right? Did the organizing take you a lot of time, right? If the organizing doesn't take you time, does organizing the clothes make you stress a little bit, right? Because I want my employees to have a good mindset. I know the work is already stressful, but I want their life to be as stress-free as possible, right? I want to reduce the stress on employees. I know Google is fire a lot of employees. Maybe everybody is stressed. I want to make sure that their life is as stress-free as possible, right? So I probably want to fold the clothes, organize the clothes for them after drying, right? If you are saying that, let's say, employees don't organize their clothes, then what will happen? Either they will find clothes in their dryer directly, right? Which is pretty much what I'm doing right now. And have you ever experienced finding a pair of matched socks from your dryer, right? This
That's
doesn't
so
take you
difficult.
time, right? And if you are not organizing or drying clothes, the stress will be the next time when you have a new batch of clothes finish washing, there is no dryer for you to use, right? So eventually you have to have a solution for it. So you probably want to expand your user journey a little bit to help you to find the step that actually costs you the most time, right? So you want to be creative. Technology restriction is not really a restriction, and you don't prioritize your problem when you already think about these potential solutions, right? That is a red flag for me. If you when you talk about how to prioritize the pain points, you talk about you're not sure whether you can identify wrinkles on the clothes. That's something you want to bring up in your solution part. Pain point, you want to see whether it is painful, whether you have a big total addressable market, whether they have high frequency of use, right? This is how you prioritize problem. You don't think about solution when you prioritize problems. So yeah, basically, if it is a ridiculous question, it is obvious that the interviewer wants to see your creativity. So you don't need to be restricted by the reality that much, and you want to go as moonshot as possible.
I think then I just want a robot who can, pick up my dirty clothes I will wear and then just, put to their body like automatically and wash it and dry it. And after that, they take it out and then, just organize it and also reduce the wrinkles.
Yeah, you can talk about it. You can talk about it in your clarifying question, saying that why should we design a washing machine for Google employees, right? Let's say Google employees earn how much, right? They're like annual salaries pretty high, six figures, right? All the tech people are six figures. And why do they need a washing machine? If they're living in an apartment, then they'll probably already have a washing machine. If they live in a house, then you have to time it really well to find the people who just bought a house and haven't bought a washing machine yet. Because there isn't a scenario that they cannot afford a washing machine, right? So you basically decrease your total addressable market by yourself.
Oh, so basically, can we just, advise the interviewer to change a little bit for the
Yeah,
question?
of
Like,
course.
may we just, oh, okay, we can do it. Oh,
Of
okay.
course you can. This is your critical thinking, right? If I give you a ridiculous question, you challenge back why we are designing this. As product managers in the company, you do the same thing, right? If I tell you to use AI, whatever, right? To use AI to redesign, like maybe you can design a LinkedIn AI agent, right? And you ask me back, why are we doing this? If you're not asking me back, well, you have your question in your mind, you're not asking it. You as a product manager, as a frontline product manager, you are wasting your engineering resourcing on the topic that you don't even believe in.
Yeah, but if I ask why and then you told me you can explore by yourself, and then I move to like I want to change the question to like a total solution to wash your clothes is like, will that be a better way? Like,
You don't even need to think about whether I will ask you to explore by yourself. If I tell you that I just want to design a washing and dryer machine substitute for a Google employee, you can ask me back again saying why we're doing that.
okay.
Yeah, because it's definitely like ridiculous to design a new one. Like if you can design a new one, well, maybe changing the washing machine for free for a Google employee, that will probably drive your adoption. But if you still want your employee to buy it, there's no chance that they will buy it, right?
Agree.
So you have to challenge back. If you think it is ridiculous, you have to challenge back. You like the worst scenario for your product design interview is that you have a question in mind, you don't really believe in this topic, and you still are trying to find out the right pain point and solutions for it. It is a painful process, right? Don't torture yourself for this. So you also, for prioritization, you talk about frequency of use and total addressable market, basically. But I want you to point out that keywords by yourself. When you give me a recap, you only talk about the frequency of use. When you are talking about why you are prioritizing family, you talk about total addressable market, but you didn't like give me the keyword.
Okay.
And also talking about your segment. Um, I have a question. How do you define family and couple? Okay. How do you differentiate family and couple? You basically, how you think about it is whether they have kids.
Oh, I think your question is like how to define single or couple.
No, I didn't ask you this question. I was wondering how you differentiate family and couple.
Okay, I think I got the wrong like for
No. I didn't ask you this question, but I would expect you to give me more like definition, right? Like
oh, okay,
I didn't
understand.
ask you this because I know you were making that assumption, but
Uh-huh.
it will be better for you to just lay it out, right? Maybe for a family, based on like where they live, you probably just want to target people who live in the house, like a
Mm-hmm.
family, right? For couples, it's more likely for them to live in an apartment, which they already have a washing machine, and they cannot replace the washing machine, right? So you probably want to target people who live in the house. And also you make some comments that is politically not correct. You said most families will have children, which is politically not correct. And you say more than one children, which is not politically correct too. You can say based on your like data and your understanding of US market, you can say like most of the families who own a house probably have more than one children. That is a statistically reliable fact, right? But if you're saying based on your like understanding, most family will have children, not really. And also you're talking about most of them are older people. We just talk about they want product managers with 7 years of experience. We didn't say they're old. Okay, 7 years of experience probably just being 29 years old after graduation. Probably they graduate even earlier. They're Stanford dropout. You never know, right? And also, we were just talking about product manager. You never know the software engineers or other functions, right? So that is also a politically not correct statement. And after that, it is good that you start from saving time. I think this is like you trying to make sense of this question. And you also went through the user journey, but it would make more sense. Like what I said, you went through the user journey and define, longer and also define which step actually cost the most time. That would be like very tied to your goal. And also, I think you were just generally stressed about this question. Like, like when you got this question, I can tell from your facial expression you were stressed. Don't be stressed, okay? You are stressed, everybody is stressed. Like, if you find this question ridiculous, everybody will find this question ridiculous, right? When I interviewed Google, they were asking me, estimate the number of cells that got infected COVID-19 in the United States territory. Isn't that ridiculous? I don't even know how many cells a human being have, okay? So it's a ridiculous question. You know it's ridiculous. Everybody will think it is ridiculous. So just go with your flow, right? And also, I was asking you, when I challenge you, like for all the steps that you were laying out, maybe like categorizing the clothes and putting it into dryer, or like removing the wrinkles on the clothes. When I challenge you, which step take the most time? This is actually like, if you really think about it, right? If you're a product manager really solving this problem, you will have more data if you dive deeper. So you should tell me that right now, like you can say like your assumption is whatsoever, right? And then if you're a product manager really on this topic, you will figure out like all the data and then do an estimation, right? Like a 5 out of 5 answer will be, let's say for every time you're washing your clothes, you have to grab your clothes, right? So let's say in average, people wash their clothes weekly. And then putting that into a dryer is a weekly task. Well, removing the wrinkles on your clothes might not be weekly, right? So the frequency of this scenario is lower. And also I will think about for each time, how much time it actually cost me. So you brought up a pretty good point that you have to wait for the washing machine, right? Because if you just put your clothes just wet in your washing machine, it will just like basically it's no use, right? So you have to wait for the washing machine probably 30 minutes. So the total time that you spend is probably 30 minutes plus the 1-2 minute that you put it in the dryer. while removing the wrinkles probably take you 10 minutes per clothes, right? Let's just say for each time you deal with test, you have 2 clothes, so you spend 20 minutes. Even that, the putting that in the dryer, like obviously will win this prioritization, right? So if you can dive deep a little bit, like dive a little bit deeper and like get technical and tell me like back of the envelope calculation, that would be a 5 out of 5 question, answer. And also you're obviously stressed about this question, so you forgot about defining success and your success metrics.
Oh. But I have one more question. Like, I feel the time, like, it will be different for everyone, like to do the washing job. So like, if I just do an estimation, it will be not show the like not universal, like not everyone have the same time for each part.
Sure, then you make assumptions.
Okay, just say maybe like take myself as the example and what is my time split and just make an assumption other people also like have
Yeah,
the same.
the interviewer only want to know your thought process, then we don't really care about like whether your numbers are really right, right? Right, you use like 20 minutes to remove the wrinkles. Guess what? I don't even remove my wrinkles. I even have wrinkles here on my spread, right? Like, I don't really care. So yeah, just make your assumption. It's funny that you said you want to sell your washing machine.
Mm, but it's well also expensive, like just the, like Google sent one washing machine to each of their employee.
And
It's also
no, I think based on what you just said, if you want to just design a robot that can pick up your dirty clothes and then organize the clothes for you, that would be like fucking 10 out of 5 answer.
yeah, but yeah, I think the point is before I just consider like the like technically it'll be super like I feel the wrinkle parts it will be I need to or what special dresses I need to go out and find a store and the people there they will help me. So I think I'm stuck for this one so that I forgot to think about like other like moonshot idea. I just stuck like the machine cannot do it. Like it need someone else to help me do it.
Yeah, you talk about that in your solution, right? But this is the right problem to be solved.
Yeah. But maybe I have one more question. Like if you ask me like why like rankles will have less time. And then I move my prioritization to the rankles. Will that be a red flag? Like, actually, at that time, I want to move. However, I feel like if I move, like my original idea will be, like.
No, if you like have strong belief that removing the wrinkle will take up more time, and you think that this is the right problem to solve, tell me the reasons and change your prioritization.
Okay. Yeah, I think at that time, if I choose to change, I will have better answer. Yeah.
Yeah, I would guess like if you're talking about removing the wrinkles, it's also not like it will give you a better opportunity to have a better answer. So for example, you probably want to discuss first of all what is the texture and material that the clothes is actually used. Let's start from there, right? Can we identify that? How can we identify that? Right, we can probably find a tag in the clothes so we can know what are the ingredients, and or we can just let the robot do image recognition, which I don't think it will have a high accuracy, right? And then after
Yeah,
you
I think for this step, like we can just when we buy the clothes online or in the store, like they will definitely have this kind of information. Maybe just a app or website, like after scan or something, like we can record all the information for every of our clothes and also like what we have and what is the material of them. We can like record it.
yeah, sounds very good to me. Like you can say that maybe some of the clothes have the tag on talking about like what they are made of. Or if we cannot find the tag, like finding the tag is easier, right? If we don't find the tag, then we scan the whole clothes and Google search and see what is the like highest match, right? And then we make assumption. But when we make assumption, we tell the owner, telling that I made this assumption. correct me, like give me right or wrong, right? And then like after drying, you probably want to talk about how you want to identify the wrinkles, right? So yeah,
And also organize.
yeah, that would be a super good question. I would, as an interviewer, I would really think like, first of all, you're definitely like solving the pain point for me because I don't know how to do it without really investing in a lot of time or like finding someone else to do it, right? So I think it is actually a pain to find the pain point. And other than that, if it is like technology restriction, I don't really care. And I would want to brainstorm with you because it is a very interesting topic to talk about. That's me as an interviewer, my mindset. So yeah, for questions like this, just you should be stress-free and just like
Yeah. And although I think you're right, like to have a longer user journey will be super important because before I'm restrict on just, like from you, like how you use the washing machine. But actually the problem is more about like how you wash your clothes and from the beginning to end. So if like for that question, it will be easier to find the pain point.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're talking in that direction, then it is gonna be an amazing answer. Because if you think about like right now, what is the like every tech company is building their own humanoid robot, right? And like Google so far hasn't had really a good reputation on building that. So people always say that the first robot can actually put the dishes in your dishwasher correctly and then remove them out of your dishwasher will win the market. And you can say that right now we can have a pretty good use case to test the first robot that can actually fold your clothes and organize your clothes can win the market, right? So yeah, that would be a brilliant answer.
Agree.
Any other questions?
No, and yeah, maybe like for the success metric, like if we really discuss it, so that one will be um relevant with the adoption. So maybe like, but it will be hard like if we define a price and then like maybe it will be like 0 or something, but basically maybe like the number of people who buy the product or try the product or buy the product like at the really beginning.
Yeah, I would think if I were you, I would just talk about like sending this to the employees directly. Let's say just you have a humanoid robot to help organizing the clothes, right? It has a good problem to solve and a good market to enter, and you want to test it out. You're testing this out, dude. Like you're testing an MVP. The MVP might be wrong a lot of times. So your initial market targeting Google employee is basically feeding you more data, right? You don't charge for that. Like Tesla is even giving free full self-drive to every Tesla owners. They don't charge for that. Why? Because they want more data, right? You want to like send this to all the Google employees for free to gather more data and gather more feedback. And basically having all the employees as your labelers, right? They help you to label the AI algorithm. So you definitely don't charge it, and there is no value for you to charge it. How much money are you gonna really earn, right? This robot, if you really sell this robot, it's gonna be very expensive. And you haven't crossed, like there's a book called Crossing the Chasm, right? Like you haven't crossed the chasm yet. Like you haven't really persuaded the majority in the population to adopt this new technology yet, right? So this like some money from Google employee that is not even significant enough for you to consider to have a profit from there.
Agree. Yeah. So then if we consider it will be free test sample, maybe like the feedback will be more important. Like when we define the succeed, like maybe we pay more attention to the like NPS score or something, basically the overall feedback for this machine.
Yeah, but at that time you can also talk about adoption, right? Adoption depends on how defines adoption. You define adoption as people buying your product. You can also define adoption as daily, weekly active user, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so you're like tracking active user instead of like people owning the product.
Yeah.
Any
That
other questions? but this is a very hard question. So no pressure. I just know that you're gonna be stressed on a live interview. So that's why I throw you this question. But as long as you know how to tackle this type of question, it's actually easier than like improving Instagram stories. Because if the interviewer go wild, you can go wild too, right?
I think you just suppose you can do everything and it will be easier.
Yeah, that's exactly the trick for this type of question, because this type of question is already kind of ridiculous, right? They ask you a moonshot question and expect you to have a moonshot idea. So it is not really like, if you're really improving Instagram stories, I would expect you to come up with really technical or like tactical solutions for us, maybe to address it in next fiscal year, right? But this one, I don't expect that. I probably don't expect you to implement it in the next 10 years. So just go wild and yeah, just brainstorm, enjoy the brainstorming process with your interviewer.
Agree.